friends, Kelly here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new around here, welcome. Today I am going to walk through my setup for the project I'm doing next, which is called Gratitude Documented. I'm going to do this in kind of a junk journal style. Well, it'll be a junk journal style. And I wanted to talk through just how I'm gathering supplies and preparing for this project. This is a kind of month-long project. I'm really terrible at daily projects, and I'm really not good at finishing projects kind of in the time constraint that I would like to do them, or that they are intended for by whoever like created the thing. I'm still trying to get over this sinus infection, so my brain is not 100%. But okay, let's talk through what I have here. This is the Gratitude Document Kit from Illustrated Faith. So this is going to be a faith-based project, but I want to just put something out there because I know I have friends that are watching this that might already have a faith journey and some who do not. So I just want you to know that this is a space where I will be sharing my faith, but I hope to never do that in a way that makes you uncomfortable, but I hope to do that in a way that makes you just think, I guess. I don't know, for what it's worth. So with that said, I do want to put kind of a disclaimer on this, that this whole project, I will be talking about my faith, but I want you to be able to take something away from this for whatever project you're working on. So I'm really going to be talking more on the crafty side versus the deeper diving on the faith piece. If I choose to do some videos that talk more about faith and my Christianity beliefs, I will always make sure that that is pretty well known going into the video, so that if that is something you are just not here for, by all means, I want you to find this to be a fun place to come and be inspired and encouraged. But I hope you will watch those videos too. So, okay, anyhow, there's my little pep talk. Okay, so what I have on my desk is the kit by Illustrated Faith. You could take this same idea and really run with it with any sort of prompting list, any sort of journaling list, really anything that kind of fits into this mold of having prompts. So that's really what this is. This is a project that's built on prompts to get you creatively journaling in whatever topic you choose. So there we go. Okay, so what's in here? Let's see. I've pulled out a whole bunch of stuff. I'm going to set that aside so we could just look at what's in the kit. It comes in this beautiful envelope, which I am fully going to use. And this was kind of a little bit of inspiration for how I want to structure this project. Comes with a cute sticker. They always include a really nice vinyl sticker. I don't typically use these in my project. I actually have a nice little collection of these. Set that aside. Tons of ephemera. There's always a ton of ephemera. I've already opened up the packages. What I like to do is, if they have a cute sticker, I like to open them from the bottom so I can figure out how to repurpose this without wrecking the sticker yet. I might pull it apart, but I might not. So inside here are going to be a ton of pieces of ephemera. Now, this could easily be, if this is something you're thinking, oh, I want to do a project like this, I don't have this kit, or I don't want this kit, or I don't want to do it in this same idea with faith being attributed to it, because gratitude is gratitude no matter how you look at it. So this whole project is going to be about finding moments and stories and things to be filled with gratitude for the month of November. That's the intention. But you could go through your stash. You could find any sort of digital kit you like, or any sort of physical kit. Go to the, if you have some sort of collection of Maggie Holmes or whatever it is that you have, just pull together little bits and pieces to make yourself a kit. So if you envision it that way, you could see I have all kinds of die cuts and titles and just little bits of ephemera. So really you could take this same idea and run with it in any which way your creativity is sparked. Okay, so I'll set that up there. I am really tired of being sick. I feel like I can't hear anything. I'm miserable. I am medicated though. I do have medication going through me. It's just needs to work faster. Here again is another little ephemera bit. This is more of the intentional titles to go with the kit, which would probably make more sense if I talked through that. This is the card that's included with their kit, and rather than having like a booklet or a devotional brochure or anything like that, for the gratitude document project, it's always just a prompt list. So this happens to be a prompt list that will have kind of a title, a theme for that particular day. So this is created to be 30 days worth of prompts. I'm not probably going to approach it that way. I'm still thinking through that part of my process, but it has kind of a prompt, a theme, and then a scripture that goes with it. So again, take this idea and find yourself a prompt list. There are so many you can find on gratitude alone. Just go to Pinterest. I guarantee you'll find something that piques your interest. But that's what I'll be working through in this project, okay? They included a cute little notebook. I don't know how I'm going to use this yet, or if I'm going to for this project, but it is nice to have. I love the size of this. This is really handy. I might throw this in my bag and just jot notes down for story ideas or moments throughout my day, things I want to document in this project, or I might not. I don't really know. But what's cool about getting something like this is that I can easily look at it and go, oh, well, I can make one of these in a heartbeat. So if I like this, I can make more. It's just a piece of heavy cardstock, so really any scrapbook paper. Paper inside. I love to use 32-pound paper myself for notebooks like this, and then it's stapled. So easy peasy. There is a beautiful stamp set. So I have a hard time sometimes with the sentiments and things like this word right here. It's really cool. It says worship and it's got a definition, but how many times can I really use that? So I love this, but I don't know how often I would use that stamp. This one, thankful for, great. Use that a ton. Always love a floral. Love this acorn. A big title is always fun. But again, I don't know how useful it is to have a big title repetitively in a project. But this will go in my stash and I'll use it for other things. Always love a butterfly. And then some basic words. So I will probably use more sentiments in this type of a project. Well, especially since, all of the ephemera, there's nothing but sentiments. But again, if you're not a sentiments person, which I typically am not, don't use those. Don't put those in your kit. Don't gravitate towards it. Whatever works for you. But I will be using this for sure. Super cute. And then it's just a sheet of stickers, and they are cardstock stickers, and they have a matte finish, which I really, really appreciate. So that's what's in the kit. So there's plenty to work with here, but this is not going to be enough for me, of course. So I'm going to set this aside and then talk through the rest of the supplies I gathered. Okay, so here's my process when I start a big project like this, if I'm thinking ahead. I will take whatever kit or inspiration I have, and I will find something in there that helps me kind of launch pad, or have a launch pad, I guess. What I'm using is at the top of this card that Illustrated Faith provided, they have what's called their color crush. So I really am starting with a color palette. So I went through a ton of my papers and I just started pulling stuff out. And at this stage, I really had no idea of what this project's going to look like. I hadn't decided yet if I'm going to do like more of a traditional junk journal, or am I going to do memory decks cards? Am I going to do a tag flip? I really had no idea what I wanted to do, which actually is what then helped me decide what I wanted to do. But before I got to the idea of what this is going to look like, I just wanted some stuff on my desk so I could feel inspired. So here's what I went through. Went through a ton of my scrapbook paper, vintage papers, all of the different things. So here is what we have. I'll kind of turn it. So I just grabbed out things like book sheets. I pulled things out of this is a vintage like play little game book I found. I've got some dictionary. This is actually out of a crossword dictionary that was my grandmother's, and the word grateful's on here. I intentionally pulled that page out. Hopefully I remember that. These are some pages out of a I don't know what this thing is called. It's an interlinear. No, that's not it. It's some sort of Bible. It's an old book my grandma gave me. I hope she's, well, I'm not worried if she's upset that I ripped it apart. It was falling apart anyway. So, I mean, kind of they fell out. But I believe this is Greek. And then the translation is on this side of probably the King James Bible. I don't really know, but I just like having it as a background. These are fun. These are pages out of a Brownie Girl Scout handbook. Pulled some stickers out. These ladies are the honeys from the Reset Girl that I've had around. I found these stamps. I mean, they're still good, but eh. Here's some more stickers. There's stitch marks, little leaves. Here are some from a past gratitude documented. It's just numbers and tags, labels, same thing. So I don't know, maybe I'll use them. This is, oh my gosh, this is incredibly old. I've had this in my stash for probably, I don't even know, 15 years. It's just a piece of scrapbook paper. No idea what collection it was from. No idea who the designer was. But it's all of these postage stamps, which for a long time really wasn't my style. And now I'm so excited to have this. So I definitely want to play with that. Random scrapbook paper. This is Heritage by Maggie Holmes. That is beautiful. I'm really liking this kind of color scheme here. This is just a piece of homemade paper. I don't know who made it. It wasn't me. Pulled this out of a book. It's about painting. I thought this was really beautiful. This is a beautiful scene. I could cut and do something with that. A recipe page out of a cookbook. Some old music paper. So this piece is actually put together. I really still didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I was putting together signatures or what. So piece of that. Something out of a vintage magazine. Just kind of some backgrounds, and I don't know why. I just grabbed a page. I really didn't even look what was on it. So, I don't know what's on here. Let your husband run his thumb on this Geneva forge knife. Then tell him it only costs 10 cents. Oh, vintage advertising. I love it. Lazy, no, I'm smart. I use ready salad and a can opener. That's funny. Here's some stickers on clear sticker paper. More stickers, clear sticker paper. Pulled out a few envelopes, which I forgot about. Now that I have these will actually probably work really well on this project. I'm going to set that aside so I can come back to that. Digital scrapbook paper that I printed from Retro Hip Co, I think. Grab some regular old plain cardstock, a piece of that canvas that I can print on or stamp on, and then some scrapbook paper. So this is a cut apart on one side, acorns, and I just really wanted to pull out colors that I thought I would really enjoy working with. So there really isn't any blue in this kit, but that doesn't mean I can't use it. So if I want to use blue, I'm going to use blue. So there's that piece with that on the back, which is great, two-sided, love it. Beautiful kind of mustard color. Purple, probably not going to use this side. I'll probably make sure this gets covered up because I don't know that I want to pull in any of this purple and this other blue, but it is beautiful paper. This one's a little bit more of a green tone of greenish yellow, more mustardy gold color, and then gray. This was a last minute addition because when I went back to look at the card, I realized there's gray in here, which I'm actually really excited about using some gray. I don't do gray a lot, so I pulled out some paper that had gray in it. Some more that's kind of got some greens and pinks. Then this kind of burnt orange color, kind of a weird pattern on the back. I don't love this, but this one's pretty. Some greens. Definitely gonna have some fun with some green papers. This is beautiful. I don't know that I'll use this side because of the purple, but I really like this dark green. I thought this was really fun. I'm sure I could do something fun with this one. Butterflies, the gray on the back. So that's the papers that I have pulled out. So what else? I also have this little folder with a bunch of photos that are a combo of photos I've taken, like that one. Those are my feet. This one, I think I took that one, that one. So they're just kind of more cozy photos. And then I went on Canva and I found other images. This was for a different project. This was for, I can't remember what it was for. I think in Word Nerd or something like that. But like that I took, but that's from Canva. That's from Canva. So I just took some images, found some really cool distressed looking frames and backgrounds, and then made my own basically photo sheet that I could use to play with. So I will probably incorporate some of those. And then I pulled back out the Ultimate Ephemera pack that I shared in one of my previous videos because there's so much goodness in here, and there's just a ton of variety. This really truly feels like the ultimate pack, so I cannot recommend this enough. And this again was, oh, totally forgot the shop. I will make sure it's linked. That is terrible. I need to remember this person's shop because I really love it. So I have this on my desk so I could go through that. And of course, any other digital printable ephemera that I feel I need to add in. I'm not going to limit myself to just what I have here. I will be free ranging into my stash. I'm going to use washi, things like that. So, but this is just kind of to give me some place to start. So now let me talk through the project of how I'm going to construct it. So what I like to do when I am working through a large project like this, and I'm going to spend a lot of time and intention on it, is I like to start with just some simple notes and brainstorming. So one of my favorite ways to do that is just grab a piece of copy paper, fold it in half, and start writing. So first thing I did was I decided what is going to go into this project. I want to do some scripture writing, some documenting gratitude moments, stories, kind of some scrapbooking, memory keeping a little bit, maybe writing out some prayers and doing some journaling, which I already am cringing at because I just hate journaling, but I'm gonna do it. So I wrote down, okay, what is going to go into this? That helps me then start thinking through the project. So here's what I have decided to do. I saw this on, I gotta think for a second, Shabby Soul, Susie at Shabby Soul. I must have been watching a lot of her videos recently because I've been inspired by her a lot lately. She shared with us, collectively, the community, a technique that she saw somewhere else. So I'll link her video and then you could backtrack to figure out where the original inspiration came from. I don't even know. But it's kind of this really cool binding technique with well, I used washi on this, but you could use like linen tape or probably fabric. I don't know. You just figure something out, whatever works for you. But I'm using washi at this point. So you just bind it with it's tab binding. I should have said that. So there's 2 tabs and then it goes to 1 tab. 2 tabs. Wait, something's not right here. 1 tab. I think I got it a little mixed up here. I think when I put it down, nope, this is right. 1 tab, and then binds to the next one. It'll make sense when I actually make it, but as you can see, you create a little book. Oh, my nails don't want to work. By the way, I painted my nails. I hate it. I don't paint my nails ever. I did it. It's supposed to be like a purpley glitter. It looks black. I don't love it, but I'm gonna have to live with it for a few days. And also painting your nails is a total bummer. They just get messed up. You're either held hostage to your nails for 4 hours so they dry, or you just embrace the imperfection. I'm embracing the imperfection. Okay, so binding technique is going to be this tab method. However, I won't be doing that till the very end of this project because here's what I'm going to be binding. I really was having a hard time deciding what style page to do, so I decided to do all kinds. So wrote myself some little sketches. I'm going to do a combination of file folders, both file folders that open up and maybe one single paged file folder kind of things with the tab. So I'm going to do some of those. I'm going to do some large tags and I'm going to do some envelopes. So again, I have these envelopes, so real regular envelopes, so that'll, kind of work. So if you envision these all getting tabbed together, I'll use mailers, junk mail. I want to do, as you can see in my sketch, I want to do tabbed file folder kind of situations, tags, envelopes, coin envelopes, which I'll show in a second, and then regular like mailing envelopes with, the window in them. I love having the little things coming in and out of them. And so I made a few prototypes today. These are my prototypes here. Again, this is actually a manila folder. I just cut it down. So just utilizing some scraps there. This is a piece of craft cardstock that I made a tab side kind of file folder on. That is a trick I learned from Margaret at Seven Plaza. She uses a envelope punch, the notch part. And so I'm going to be making some of those in upcoming videos. Super simple. I have another workaround though. If you don't have that and you have just kind of already a tab or something, just draw it. I mean, all you really have to do is give yourself a template and then cut it out. It's really not that complicated, but using one of these does make it have kind of that nicer finish. Tags of all sorts. This one I just cut out so I'd have something to kind of show, but they could be smaller, wider, different shaped at the top. So I'll use that. Then these are the other prototypes I made. This is kind of a style of a coin envelope, I guess. That is just on the insides here, kind of like this. It almost looks like a library pocket too, sort of. Not, I mean, it's an envelope, but, and then it will open up this way. Let's see, get this out of the way. This one, it could open up this way, but I really think it'll be more like this. It's probably not helpful. You probably can't see what I'm really talking about, all these stacks of stuff. So it'll open this way. So I'll be able to side load things in. So this kind of looks more like an envelope to me than a coin envelope. And then this larger style. So this again will open up this way. So it'll be fun to do like kind of like one of those little figure 8 closures or belly band or something. But this is just a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that I cut down, made into a coin envelope. So again, I could scale this down if I want to. This is kind of the max size because the whole thing is going to be, I have a measurement, kind of like a 6 by 8-ish thing. So back to my little note sheet. Again, I drew myself out some ideas. I have an extra idea over here where I want to do on the very back cover part, I want to do something with one of those pen nibs. And so I've drew myself a little reminder photo to extend the back piece out somehow. I'm not sure how that's going to come together yet. And then to secure a pen nib. So I'm really excited. I'm going to get some alcohol inks and play with those. But again, in here is going to be tags, file folders, pocket cards, top and side loaded pocket cards, some sort of fold out things, coin envelopes, regular envelopes. And again, I'm going to do a tab binding. Then inside, I started thinking through the whole cover of this because I'm thinking I want this book to then sit inside something to protect it. So looking back to these projects, this is my Janie Junk Journal, and this is my October Fear Not Journal. I know in the videos that I've shared about this, I've talked about having this be for gratitude document and Fear Not devotional I'm working through, but this is already getting rather chunky. So I don't think I can do it. I didn't really make this very large. It's one single, elastic. And then I have another elastic in there kind of, putting things together. There's no way I'm going to fit another month's worth of stuff in here. So I've decided this is just going to be Fear Not. I think it'll be a great resource for me when I struggle again in my life, because I know I will, with fear and things like that. So I think that's why I'm okay with this just being with this one particular journal topic situation. Before I take those off my desk, why I brought them out is because they are the same size, and I am kind of thinking I might want to carry that through. So when this book is done and I'm ready, I've bound it, I'm ready to put it in something to house it, I'm going to create some sort of cover situation. So I'm trying to think through what that's going to look like. So I started also thinking through, and this is not the size. It's not going to be 6 by 8. I think it's actually bigger. Whatever this is, it's similar to that size. Which I have measurements here. But I'm thinking the cover, again, I want to do that pen nib thing, but I also think maybe I'll have some sort of flap over. So I'm going to think through what that's going to look like. So I'm giving myself some room to play, but I'm also trying to decide what does a cover with tab binding look like. This is where I'm also going to store like little post-its and notes and things I want to remember as I'm going through this project. This is just my little sketch on how I made the coin envelope with my measurements. So that's just going to be in here. I can't remember how I found this, but somebody somewhere mentioned Tim Holtz leaf fragments die. I want to get a die set that is leaves, like big leaves, because I think that would be really cool to have in this project. So I'm going to try to remember to get that. And then I wrote myself a list of things I want to try to do. These are really just any ideas I've seen in videos that have caught my eye, that have inspired me, that I want to try. Now, what I have found for myself is that I don't want to write down where I saw it, because I want to see this and I want to try to reimagine it in my own lens. Pins through an eyelet. I can't quite remember what that looked like right now, but I want to try to challenge myself to create something with a pin through an eyelet, to use some fabric, to do tassels with jump rings. I don't know what that looks like. Sewing and stitching and stapling and notch random corners, use canvas, use safety pins, put adornments in it, use frames, embossing, ball chain and charms, fabric pockets, envelopes. Here I'd seen someone where they stitched on the paper from the top to the middle and the bottom to the middle, and then the tails of the stitching, they put something on it. And I thought, oh, that'd be so cool. So I put that there. A floating pocket. I saw some idea somewhere where somebody had, I think it was fabric, so I have to think through with paper, but they've sewn it somehow so that you had basically like overlapping layered pockets. So you could go in this way, this way, this way, this way, and kind of have things overlaying. I thought that would be a really cool idea, so I gave myself a little sketch. So that is my little note-taking system when I'm working through a project that I want to be more intentional about versus a project where I just have a bunch of stuff and I just start playing. I love both methods. I actually prefer the method of just playing, but I think this will be really fun too because it will give me a lot of space to play, because each one of these prompts, however I choose to do this, I might not do all 30, and I might include things that aren't on this list, but this is a jumping off point. Each one of these pieces is going to be its own kind of page, if it were, as it were, for one of these. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it'll make sense when I pull it all together. So that's really all I wanted to share in this video, friends, is just kind of how I'm setting myself up for a project. I hope that you found some inspiration in this for whatever type of project you're working on or thinking about doing. Again, I really want this to be something that you can take and learn from, spark some sort of ideas for you to carry forward in whatever type of project you do. So more to come. I will be working through setting up the construction of the book, and I don't really know yet where I'm going to go with this. I might take it one at a time. You might get a ton of shorter videos, surprisingly. I don't do short videos usually, but you might get some where I'm just working through a prompt at a time. So that is all for today, friends. I hope you are well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.